So who trains the people that manage an entire country's economy? Well, in Pakistan, the answer almost always leads back to one place. Today, we're going to take a look at the National Institute of Banking and Finance, or NIBAF for short. This is the academy that's literally shaping the nation's financial future. Let's dive right in.
So what exactly is NIBAF? Okay, put simply, it's the main training arm of the State Bank of Pakistan, the country's central bank. Think of it like a super specialized university just for bankers, whether they're working for the government or in the private sector. And since it's a nonprofit, its whole mission is just about one thing: building financial expertise, not turning a profit.
All right, so let's start with its core purpose. Why does this financial academy even exist in the first place?
Yeah, this isn't just about being a school. It's about being a strategic asset. The whole idea is to develop human capital. That means creating the skilled professionals who are the real engine of the central bank, and by extension, the entire economy. It's all about mixing that heavy academic theory with real-world practical know-how to build a world-class financial workforce.
But, NIBAF didn't just appear out of nowhere. To really get what its role is today, we've got to go back and look at its origin story.
So NIBAF kicked off in 1993 as a joint effort between the Pakistan Banking Council and some big commercial banks. But the real game changer? That happened in 1997. The council was dissolved and the State Bank of Pakistan stepped in and took over. This move completely shifted NIBAF's focus, making its primary job training the central bank's own people and turning it into the powerhouse it is today.
Okay, so fast forward to today. What are bankers actually learning in there? Well, the curriculum gives us a fantastic window into the priorities of modern finance.
The curriculum is pretty much built on three core pillars. You've got international courses for bankers from around the globe, specialized certificate programs for really deep dives into specific topics, and of course, the essential training for the state bank's own staff. This lets them train a whole spectrum of financial pros.
And check out where they're focusing: specialized certificates in Islamic banking and microfinance. Now, these aren't just niche subjects. They are massive, fast-growing sectors in Pakistan and all over the world. Training in these areas is absolutely crucial for financial inclusion, bringing more and more people into the formal economy. And you better believe they're not stuck in the past. NIBAF is all about the future, offering courses on AI, machine learning, and digital onboarding. They even teach something called EKYC, which stands for Electronic Know Your Customer. That is essential tech for preventing fraud and making banking safer and easier for everyone.
Now, you might think an institution run by a country's central bank would be a pretty domestic affair, right? But this is where the story gets really interesting. One of the most fascinating things about NIBF is that its influence reaches far, far beyond Pakistan's borders.
Get this, NIBAF invites participants from 105 other developing countries to come and train. This is so much more than just education. It's basically a form of financial diplomacy. They're sharing valuable expertise and building relationships all over the world. The scale of this is just incredible.
So these big international offerings, they pretty much boil down to two main tracks. One course is all about central banking, the high-level stuff, managing a nation's money supply and policy. The other is focused on commercial banking. That's the day-to-day business of the banks you and I actually use. By teaching both, NIBAF is sharing a complete blueprint of a modern financial system.
So where does all this high-level learning actually happen? Let's take a quick look at the facilities that make it all possible.
Their campus in Islamabad is totally state-of-the-art. But the real showstopper? The thing that's a total game-changer for learning? It's the mock bank branch. This lets trainees get actual hands-on experience in a simulated environment. It's the difference between just reading about banking and actually doing it. Then you add in a residential block for everyone, and you've got this totally immersive learning experience.
So, when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway here? NIBAF is way more than just a training center. It's a strategic pillar for the State Bank of Pakistan. From its early days to its role now as a global educator, its mission has always been clear: to cultivate the financial talent that not only drives Pakistan's economy, but also helps develop other nations around the world.
And all of this brings up a much bigger question, doesn't it? When a country makes a strategic investment in educating its financial experts, how does that really shape its economic future and its standing on the world stage? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.